Tears for the Tear God, Salt for the Salt Throne, and Gas the Leaf Tribe.
There's always been a porn is bad, we gotta ban porn crowd. But when Gab.ai, the free speech alternative to Twitter, got in on the conversation with ban porn, people reacted with, hey, I thought you were the free speech alternative to Twitter. And then the conversation quickly became about whether or not porn is speech. That is a rabbit hole down which I do not want to go. Trust me, it gets crazy really quickly. But I don't think that even matters. Like, McDonald's isn't speech. Whiskey isn't speech. Right? So, do we just ban those things too? Like, to remain logically consistent with the idea that porn is bad, it causes harm, so does McDonald's and whiskey. Do we have to ban these things? Let's see why everyone's wrong but me.
Hear this dirge and despair.
So, is porn actually bad for you? I don't need to read the studies to believe that overconsumption of porn can cause you some kind of harm. Sure. Because overconsumption of literally anything has the potential to cause you harm. You can drink so much water that you lose your mind and die. Okay, so yeah, overconsumption of things can be bad and can cause you harm. But that doesn't mean that we should outright ban McDonald's. And that doesn't mean that we should outright ban whiskey, okay? We don't do that because adults are expected to regulate themselves, and I don't think that's an unreasonable request of fucking adults. Now, they're saying, oh, it's all over the internet. Children can get at it. Well, you know, won't someone think of the children? I hope their fucking parents would. Right? Why does everybody have to give up porn? Because some parents aren't looking after what their kids are doing on the internet. What? What the fuck? Children will get around parental controls and view porn anyway. Children will get into locked liquor cabinets too. Right? This idea that we need to protect people from all possible harm is flat out wrong. If you're familiar with a man named Jonathan Haidt, I believe it's pronounced, then I would hope that you're familiar with the concept of anti-fragility. If you're not, it goes something like this. If you knock something off a table and it breaks, it's fragile. If you knock it off the table and it doesn't break, it's not fragile. But what happens if you knock it off the table and it gets better or stronger? What do you call that? Well, they use the term anti-fragile. And this is true of people, that when you work out until your muscles are sore, your muscles become stronger. When your skeleton carries weight, it becomes more dense. Your immune system, the best example, I think, of this, that you have to be exposed to infections to develop antibodies so that you can better fight infections. And the same is true of our psyches, that people who have to deal with things psychologically become more able to cope with greater things later. Now, obviously, there are limits, of course, that, you know, muscles can tear, bones can break, and people can lose their minds. But the idea of sheltering people, shielding them from all possible harm, is flat out wrong. It's just not correct. Whether or not it's speech doesn't really matter, I don't think. There's been so much conversation about free speech and people trying to suppress speech that I think we've forgotten there are other freedoms, right? Like, don't two consenting adults have the freedom to associate with each other and fuck? And don't those consenting adults have the freedom to associate with a third person who maybe has a camera, also a consenting adult, and film it? And then aren't those consenting adults free to associate with, say, a fourth person who wishes to view it, and then aren't they free to share it with them, perhaps for a profit in a free market? And then isn't that person now free to view this in the privacy of their own fucking home? free speech? In this case, who fucking gives a shit? What the fuck, free speech? Burgers aren't speech, whiskey's not speech, motherfucker. What the fuck are you talking about? Shit. And one more thing, the people that are, we gotta ban the porn. They keep saying, it's everywhere, it's all over the internet, it's so easy to get access to it, all porn, it's everywhere, I'm flooded with porn. They sound like some guys I used to know that would go out to the shittiest bars and the dirtiest fucking clubs, and then when they come back, all women are whores. Guy, you're going to where the whores are. You're going to where all the whores gather. You're going to where the porn is. How? That's on you. What the fuck?
Shred their sanity with our song.
Relevant links to shit I said in the description.
Ours is the song of victory.
I'm a ringtone. Like, subscribe, or don't. It's a free country.
Slanesh is with us.
At least it used to be.
They would silence us.